Hi friends, it's Mari from Mari Harai Archives, and today is the last day of 2025. I cannot believe that we are here, but I wanted to put out one last video because I have all these thoughts and there's so much happening that I'm just going to leave it for 2026 because it's just so much, and I'm excited to start out in January with some great topics and a teeny tiny haul and just kind of updating you on the holidays and all that stuff. So stay tuned for that. But today I'm going to talk to you about my 2026 lineup, my Techo Kaigi, my 2026 ecosystem, however you would like to call it, my dream team. But we're going to talk about it. And it took me maybe like the last 3 months to really like settle in. But before we get into 2026, I just wanted to say a little goodbye. Now, we're going to do a whole new video for this because it deserves its own video, but I couldn't do a 2026 without showing what my 2025 looked like. So before we get into it, I just want to give a shout out to my 2025 Hobonichi weeks. We did it. We did a full year. Never in my entire life have I journaled an entire year straight. It was one of my goals that I set myself to do, and I am so proud of myself that I did it. But look at this chunky baby. It is filled. Every last page is filled, and I'm so excited to share this with you guys, but we'll talk more about this in the next video. So let's go ahead and talk about our 2026. Compared to 2025, it was like, obviously the beginning of my YouTube journey, and we went all out. We showed you every single notebook that is currently in Techo Kaigi, and it was a lot. And I'm not saying that it's not a lot this time around because I feel like it's kind of the same, but I think I'm going to do a better job of categorizing all my notebooks so it doesn't seem too overwhelming. So the first row, the VIP, are the ones that I'm going to be using daily, and is usually on my desk, and that usually is like my creative journal, my memory keeping, and so forth. So let's go ahead and get that started. Like I had mentioned, 2025, we started out with the Hobonichi weeks for my documenting and my archiving. This year, I have decided to go with an A6 Hobonichi Techo. Now, this was actually, this came into my life on accident. I had wanted a A6 cover, specifically I don't remember what it's called, but I'll pop up the name of it on screen. And it didn't work out. It was the embroidery cover, and it didn't work out. I didn't like that cover, and for 2025 it came with the Techos, and so I sold the cover, and I ended up keeping the A6 Techo because I thought maybe I could use it for 2026 and kind of give myself something different to journal in versus going back into Hobonichi weeks. Now, I still love the Hobonichi weeks, and but I am a person who loves change, and so sometimes if it's the same thing, I can get bored with it easily, which is the reason why I like having different notebooks for different things, because it allows me to use different notebooks that I like. So I'm not set on a specific notebook. So this is what I'm going to be using for my archiving and my documenting of my days. And I have it housed in an Liebe cover, A6 cover. And I love this cover. It is so sleek. I love the fact that the closure is magnetic. I do have a video of this a little bit more in depth, but I currently have it in this because the point of me getting this was because I wanted something that would grow with my A6 Techo, because I know it's going to get chunky And I feel like it'll accommodate that, hopefully. I don't know. This is my first time, so we'll see. It's going to be an experiment. But just like my beloved Hobonichi Weeks, this is a traveler's notebook that I cut down. And I absolutely love this cover. And I wanted to keep using this every time I use a Hobonichi Weeks. And so I haven't bought any Hobonichi Weeks cover. And so my same thought process went with this one, that every time I use an A6 Techo for my archiving and documenting my days, this will kind of, I'll be able to use it each year that I use an A6 Techo. And so I'm hoping that that is the case because I really, really love this case. So if you open it, like I had mentioned, I will be documenting my days. And what I mean by documenting is that every week, or every day, sorry, I'm going to be archiving, documenting my everyday. And what that looks like, I have to bust out the 2025 because I'm a visual person. And so what I mean by that, and if you're new to my channel, this is how I archive and document my days. I did a lot of sticker journaling. Now, I had mentioned in prior videos is that I was going to do a lot more drawing. I have since changed my mind since I have a dedicated sketchbook for that. I've decided to continue with my sticker journaling. The only difference would be the size of the page that I'm going to be doing it. And I have a little bit more freedom of how the layouts are going to be. And the reason why I decided to continue sticker journaling, because one, I absolutely love stickers and I can't even imagine not documenting without my stickers. And then two, I realized if I decided to do a lot more drawing in my memory keeping, archiving, documenting book, that's going to hinder the progress of me using my stickers that I currently have a lot of still. And so I didn't want that. I wanted to continue using my stuff. And so I decided that I will continue sticker journaling in my A6 Techo. So that is what we're going to do. And so everything that I've done in my 2025, I will continue doing in my 2026. Now, there are a few new additions that I will be kind of going over, which I'm super excited about. Okay, first off, here is the cover. Now, this is just a Ace Hotel packaging that I got in the mail, and I really love their stamp. So I just cut it up, put it in the clear plastic, and that's how it looks like. Now, if we enter into this first page, we have a little interactive page, and I have been really, really loving my music. I am a music lover ever since I was a little girl. And so I've slowly started to come, not slowly, but I really started being more intentional with my music and really enjoying it. For some reason, the last decade or so, I love music, but maybe maybe I'm a little bit older and I savor everything now. So anyway, so I did a little interactive thing on this first page, and what I did was I had cut up a traveler's time like newspaper. I really liked it, so I ended up I didn't want to cut up the newspaper. I just went ahead and did a photocopy of it and made this my front page. And I added this, I don't know if you can see it, but there's this clear pocket from the Travelers Company. They usually come out with it every year. And this was perfect because it was the Travelers Records version. And it just says, Traveler's Notebook is like a movie soundtrack that brings back memories. And it's so true. I feel like music to me is so important and it always brings me back to different times in my life. And so it's very important to me. So anyways, so I have this interactive thing. And currently I have been in love with the Olivia Dean album, and it's been on repeat for the last, what, month? Yeah. And since I think November is when I got her album, or maybe the beginning of December, and it's been on repeat. I actually know all the songs by heart. If you hear anything in the background, my husband's in the kitchen doing kitchen stuff. So you might hear a faucet run, but hopefully the camera won't pick it up. But if so, that's what you hear. But anyway, so this is the album. And so what I wanted to do was every time what I'm currently listening to, I will print out on cardstock a mini album version, and I will stick it here. And this kind of lets me know this is what I'm currently listening. And I absolutely love this. I actually need to print out the Lalisa soundtrack because her soundtrack, I think it's the Rockstar soundtrack, it just puts me in a mood where it's like, yeah, I'm ready. And so I want to actually print that out so I can keep it here as well, because that is what I'm currently listening to. And I actually did listen to a few new, not new, but I busted out uh, my CD case, and I was listening to soundtracks from like Coyote Ugly, Waiting to Exhale, Sprung, let's see, so many. But anyways, that's what I was doing yesterday. So anyways, that is that first page. And then this page right here, I decorated again with that Traveler's Notebook newspaper, and I love how it looked. I don't know if I'm going to do anything with this because I actually quite like how it looks. So I'm going to leave it as is. For this one right here is the yearly. I'm going to leave it as what it is. It's because usually sometimes I track certain things, but I am not a tracker. And so this year, for the first time, I'm just going to leave it blank. I'm just going to be okay with it, leaving it blank. And so it's just going to be a calendar and a look ahead. So that is what's going to happen. Now, for the yearly pages, I actually didn't do anything for 2025 for this. I tried different things like books I read, finance, workout, but the way the Hobonichi Weeks layout is more vertical, and so there wasn't a lot of horizontal space to write. And so with the A6 Techo, I'm super excited about because now I have a little bit more horizontal space. And so I tried out for December that I was going to use this as my workout tracker, and I absolutely love this. And so I'm going to continue doing this in January. I actually have to fill out a few days of our workouts here. Um, I already have it in my 2025, but I'm not really actively in the 2026 until tomorrow. And so I'm just going to fill that out. But I absolutely love how, sorry about that. I meant to dismiss my Ring notification, and instead it brought me into the Ring application and it made me stop recording. And so I'm like, oh, anyways, like I was saying, I will continue doing this. I absolutely love having the workout tracker in this area. And so that is what we're going to do. Okay, so moving on. Now, what I've learned in the past is I'm only going to work in the month that we're in versus um, what do you call it? Setting it up in advance in case I change my mind, because sometimes I do change my mind. And so I'm just going to do it in the month that we're currently in and then go from there. So in case like I decided to not track my workout here, then I want to track my finances, it'll be here. It kind of gives me that flexibility. So we're just going to do that. Okay, in my monthly sections, we're still going to continue working or using or sorry, tracking our dinners like we did in the Hobonichi weeks. I absolutely love tracking the dinners that we eat. It's something that I love to have as far as just archival purposes and just knowing like what we ate. It gives me ideas too when I'm trying to menu plan. Although I do have a separate system for that, but it's just nice to have it in something like this because I I kind of call this like my yearbook. And so knowing what we ate for dinner and having it here works. And with my lifestyle, like I don't go out to work. I don't have many appointments. I do have a different like appointment keeper for that for the whole family, and so it doesn't need to be um, in this notebook. And then my doggy just came in with his tap shoes. Hi, Ollie. And so I'm going to continue. Bye, Ollie. I'm going to continue tracking our dinners. So that is what I'm going to do for the monthly. And I'm excited to get that started. Okay, now you might have noticed this. So there are two things that I do for my monthly sections because for a new journal, usually what happens is they give you the December prior year and then a couple of months in the new year. And so what I've done, because I like to do our advent calendar and plan our advent calendar activities in December, what I've done is that for the months that are in 2027, so January 2027, this is going to hold our advent calendar activities, because I'd like to keep track of that, because in the new year, whenever we're planning it out, I like to know, okay, what did we do last year and what are the ones that, you know, we want to keep doing. And so what I do is I just redate this to December 2026, and then I'm going to write out our December activities. I think there's an extra few. There's February and March. I haven't decided what I'm going to do for that. I'll just put that, keep that aside. Maybe I could use this as oh, you know what? I'm going to use this as my reading tracker, the books that I read, because that's something that I want to do in 2026. Even though if it's just one or two, that's fine. But I think these boxes are perfect for putting in the books that I've read. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Because at first I was going to put it in the times table, which I don't know if I started it. Let's see. Oh, actually I did start it already. See, this is what happens when you plan ahead and sometimes you want to change. Okay, so this is going to be my reading log. Yeah. So I don't know what this is going to be. I will figure it out. I'll figure it out. Okay, and then for the December 2025, I use it as an ink swatch. And actually maybe for February and March of 2027, I'll continue using it as an ink swatch, because I had mentioned it in my Instagram stories, or Instagram, is that it's also going to be the year of me using my fountain pens and my inks. And so I have been enjoying right now. I have this inked up. For the last couple of days, I've been using it. It's the Monteverde Ritma. I have it inked up in this beautiful Jacques Urban. Is that how, am I saying it right? In this beautiful like orangey color, and it's like I think it's a shading ink. Look, I am a newbie and I'm trying to get the terminology correct. So in my disclaimer in my future videos, when I talk about fountain pens, it's going to be a newbie perspective. I don't have all the terminology and the technical talk down. So you might hear me say, oh, this is a really pretty ink and I like the shading of this. That's the extent. But I just love this magnetic cap. But anyway, so it's going to be the year of fountain pens as well. And so I actually probably might need more boxes than what 1 month can afford me. So probably I'll just go ahead and do that. Okay, into the daily pages. Now this is going to be the heart of my journal, and I am so excited to have all of this space to journal and to sticker journal. And I'm giving myself freedom to have whatever layout. It can change. It'll change each day. Some will be the same, but I'm looking forward to filling this in. And I'm not sure. I don't have a game plan on how each page will look. We're just going to go by feel and how I feel that day. For this page, I'm not exactly too sure what I'm going to do with this. I'll probably do a vision board and put my goals for this year. That's what I'm going to do. And I'll probably do that tomorrow when I'm actually in this notebook, because I'm still savoring the 31st. I'm saving the last day of 2025 in my Hobonichi weeks because I love it so much. And then for each month, there is like a little cover page, which is pretty cool, because I usually in my Hobonichi weeks, when I journal, I create my own journal cover pages. And so this is kind of what I'm going to do for the monthly pages. It's going to be my cover page. And the thing that I'm going to do, because in my Hobonichi weeks, I have, actually, let me show you. I have this favorites. It's called Months and Themes. It's an idea that I got from another YouTuber. And it was Months and Themes, but then it kind of warped into my favorite sticker of that month kind of deal. And I want to do that for my 2026 Hobonichi. And what I ended up doing, and I actually thought about this like last night, because I was still trying to figure out what am I going to do. And that would be like meaningful. I don't want to do things just to check boxes. I want to do something that's actually meaningful for me. and it was my favorite stickers. Now, instead of doing favorite stickers, every month will have a theme color. So like say for January, I pick red. I'm going to gather all my red stickers and put it on here. And I'm going to put like January or whatever and just a little design, but it's going to be all red stickers. And then in February, February probably either be pink. Yeah, red, pink. I haven't figured all that out because initially I was going to say I'm just going to pick out colors based on my mood. So I think I'm going to go with that. But again, for February, I'll pick a theme. Let's say blue. I'm going to do all blue stickers that I can find. And trust me, I have enough stickers to to fill these pages. So that is what I'm going to do for my monthly. And then let's go into the back and I'll show you what I have set up. Now, I have the blank pages. And so what I ended up doing for the blank pages is like in my 2025, I don't know why I keep putting this Hobonichi Weeks further away from me. I just need to keep it close by because I keep referring back to it. But in my 2025, what I did was in the back pages where there's like print on it, I actually just pasted paper so it's blank, and I drew out my lines and the days. And this is what I use to track all our shows and TVs that we watch, because this is a hobby that me and my husband love doing. We love watching movie and TV together, and so I like to track it. And so for the 2026, what I ended up doing was the same thing, but obviously it's a different paper size. But I went ahead and set it up. And this was actually a lot easier than doing it in the Hobonichi Weeks, because it was blank paper, I had to draw out the lines, but this is already gridded out. So all I had to do was just put my months and then put in my my days. So it was super easy. So I went ahead. My future self will thank me that I've done all of this so I don't have to worry about it. So I went ahead and put all the months in. And so this is where I'm going to track my movies and TV shows. And so here is the cover page of this tracker. And what I did was I kind of stamped it. And then again, like the front, I have this little clear pocket, like so. And it's perfect because the theme, cinema. And then I just put now playing. And what I decided to do is whatever movies that we go to watch in the movie theaters, I like to keep the ticket stubs. I actually have a box full of these. But this was in 2019. And then this was in 2023. We went to go see Wonka, because usually we like to go to the movies for December, but throughout the year, obviously. But I want to keep the movie stubs in here. So I just put this here for now for just show, but I'm going to take this out because it doesn't pertain to 2026, but that is what this little pocket is for. And I'm super excited. This little interactive moment that I've added. Okay, now to the pages after that. Now this page right here is dedicated to my holiday plan for 2026. I always do this. It just makes things a lot easier for me when the time comes. And so this is dedicated to it. And it just, like my to-do list, what ideas I have, the games that we're going to play for Christmas Eve, and all that, our menu, our dinner, or our menu plan for Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. And so that's all going to be right here. And so I have a dedicated space for it. And then here's extra pages if it needs a little bit more overflow. Now this times tables, I had mentioned I will be using it as a reading log. I have a lot of books that I haven't touched. And so what I'm going to do, it's still a project of mine that I'm going to do sometime in the new year. I'm going to print out, get all the book covers for all the books that I currently own and put it in Canva and create a little, columns and all that stuff. And that way I could print it on sticker paper and I have it ready. So when the time comes, I can go ahead and put that on there. Just to to help my future self so it's not so cumbersome. Because the one thing that I've learned about myself is that if it has a lot of steps and a lot of effort to just get a sticker on, most likely I won't stick with it, just because it's like, that I have to do this. So that's the reason why I don't like bullet journaling, because it's very tedious for me. And so, I mean, I only bullet journal just a little bit, but there is a fine line when it comes to too much. And then that line is very low. So that's what I'm going to do. Again, I have a lot of goals for myself in 2026. I like to put a lot on my plate, because you never know. I might surprise myself and do it all. If not, if I do one or two, that is good too. And so we have that set up for that. And I've had reading logs set up in my journals many, many years. And all the years they come up empty. So maybe 2026 will be a year where I will put one or two books. That would be great. And for this graph paper, again, I don't know what I'm going to use this for. I may just use this as a writing sample, like testing out writing. I might just use that for that. And this right here, I'm going to use it as favorites. Just a little blurb of a favorite TV show I loved, because I am tracking everything, but this would be nice to have all my favorites in one spot. So that is what I'm going to use it for, and I'm going to keep that. And I just kind of added some stickers, live the life you love, just to kind of give it some zhuzh. And this is a continuation. And then my 100, I am going to use this as a wish list. And I actually have to add a little bit more, because I've gotten a few of these and I added a few more. So this is my wish list. This is what I'm going to go off of, because in 2026 we are doing a no buy. We are going to be very intentional what we purchase in 2026. So this is what that is for, and I've already started it. So yeah, I don't know if I'll have 100 items, but you know what? I won't be surprised if I come up with 100 things that I want. Okay, especially in stationery. Now, memories 2026, I'm going to leave this as is. I will just probably be jotting memories as I go. And yeah, that is it for my 2026. There's words to remember, which I think is pretty cool. I'll do that. And then this one, this one right here, the days I'm going to do no buy. Like, I'm going to check it off. I'm going to be very proud. Day 1, yes. Day 2, yes. So I'm going to keep that as is. And yeah. So that is my archiving, documenting my days for Hobonichi, with my Hobonichi A6. I'm so excited to do this. So this obviously is the main star, but let's talk about the other categories that's going to keep, I guess, my life running. Now, in conjunction with my archiving, my memory keeper, my documenting on my days, I will have a little creative journal on the side. And this is where this comes in. This is the R Studio A5. Now, they come with postcards that you could put, but I put one of my own favorite postcards that I love on here. And so I love that. And so that's what I did. And what I loved about this is just, it's already decorated. I feel like even if I just did pen to paper and nothing else, it is okay, right? So for someone who wants to just focus on writing, maybe this is something you love. But then also at the same vein, it is the layout is in a way where you can really get creative, making it really pretty with stickers, with washi, with stamps. And so when I saw this, I actually wanted this like a couple years ago, but never got it because I was like, I don't need another journal. Famous last words. I always say that to myself, but here we are. We got another journal. And I wanted to try this out this year. And at first I was going to sell it because I was like, I don't know. Typical me, I buy something, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to use it, so maybe I'll just sell it. But I decided, you know what, let me make this work. And worst case scenario, if it doesn't, it's okay. I could still use it, says the stationery addict. Okay, so let's go over my plans of this Our Studio A5 journal. And like I said, I really don't have any plans to do anything. Maybe I'll decorate here. I haven't really decided because I've been so focused on my A6 Techo. But I feel like I can do this as we go because I've dubbed it as my creative journal. And so this one right here for the monthly pages, was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I didn't want to do things in vain where it was just checking boxes like I had mentioned. I really wanted something to do that'll help me push me towards my goals. And so at first I was going to do a monthly sticker, favorite sticker of the month, but I'm already doing that in here. And so I didn't want it to be redundant because otherwise I'm not going to do it, right? And last night it popped up in my head. One of the many goals that me and my husband have is to wear our nice clothes because we tend to just wear our ratty clothes around the house. And then we're the type of people that like, we love fashion, we love style, but then we also don't do anything to wear our clothes because we love being home. And we just and the way our lifestyle is too is like we go drop the kids off, we go grocery shopping from time to time, we'll do a little retail therapy, but other than that, that's pretty much it. And it makes us sad that we have all these nice clothes and we don't get to wear it anywhere. Because when we were a little bit younger and the kids were younger, we did a lot of things. We went out and did things. And so there was a lot of opportunity to wear our nice clothes out. But this time around, our kids are really homebodies like us, and we just like to stay home. And there's nothing wrong with that. And so me and my husband was like, you know what? We're just going to wear our dresses at home. Why not? We're going to take photos. We're going to have a photo shoot every single day. I mean, it's not going to be like elaborate, but we're just going to take photos of, because we're feeling cute. Now, I kind of did this little project back in 2024 where I was feeling really, 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 really down. And my confidence level was just, you know, and I decided on January 1st, I think it was 2024, that I was going to at least do something to boost my confidence. And at first, it started out with just doing my hair. And so that's what I did. I would literally, when I wake up in the morning, I made an effort and I would just either curl my hair, straighten it, or put it in a hairstyle. And so that's what it started at. That's what I did. And then gradually, once it kind of got habit, I was like, I'm going to add one more thing. And so I started curling my lashes or adding lipstick or just some, because I don't wear makeup. I don't even know how to wear makeup. And so when I do wear makeup, I just curl my lashes, maybe put mascara and a lip balm. That's literally, and blush. And I don't even know if I'm applying blush correctly, but anyways, and so I slowly, gradually did that, and my confidence went up. And then I started, okay, let me start putting on my clothes. Like every morning, I would get out of my pajamas, and because I would joke around with my husband, like I have a uniform that goes from pajama to lounging to workout, and it's the same thing. And so I told myself, I was like, I'm going to wear something nice. And so that's what I did. I would wear an outfit that I loved and I would take a photo of it. And I did that almost every day in 2024. And I absolutely love it. I actually posted it on my Instagram, but it's my personal Instagram. I have like nobody following me. I just use that for me to post my pictures for myself because I like putting pictures and then adding the music. I love the vibe of it. And so that's what I did. And so at first I had like close friends and family, but I since then deleted everybody because I just wanted something that was just for me and not for like applause or for show for anything. It was literally just for me. And so that's kind of what we're going for 2026, me and my husband. And so back to the journal because I am rambling. Um, that is what we're going to do. We are going to, even if I just write down the outfit that we wore and how we felt, or taking photos and then posting it, or um, on sticker paper and posting it. So if I do photos, what's going to happen is I probably will just write what we're wearing And then when I have enough to complete a whole page or a 4x6 sticker page, then I will print it out, because at first I was going to use my my HP Sprocket, but that's going to be expensive and we're on a no buy. And so, yeah, which reminds me, I'm actually going to purchase a new HP Sprocket because mine is really, really old and it just doesn't work very good. So I'm actually going to purchase that today before we get into the new year. Okay, back to the journal. So that is what this is going to be. It's going to be a log of our outfits, and that's it. And not only it helps us kind of see this visual, but it helps us in our goal of obtaining that. And so that is what we're going to do. And this is a creative journal. So style and fashion is something that we really, really love doing. Like me and my husband are both like sneakerheads. We love clothes. We love, I mean, all the stuff. And so this is where it's going to live. Now for the daily pages or the weekly spread, it's creative, right? And so I'm just gonna put like if I get something in as a package, just little highlights of the day that I want to talk about. If I don't know, this is a creative journal. I'm not giving myself like huge parameters when it comes to what goes in here. Anything creative, anything that makes me happy, anything that brings joy, this is where it's going to be. And it could be a drawing, it could be a little postcard, it could be a sticker, it'll be like a mini junk journal. But that is what we're gonna go for that. And I know there's other pages in here. Again, this is what I'm gonna use. Like if there's like a really nice outfit, I'm going to talk about it. Or if there's a new bag, which I'm not gonna get because we are in a no buy. But if there's something that is not of retail, I'm going to put in here. And so, like I mentioned, this is a creative journal. I am going, if there's like, I don't know, it's free flowing. There are no rules for this. Whatever I feel like putting in this notebook, that's what it's going to be. I think the only thing that has any structure would be my monthly pages. And again, it can change month after month. If the outfits are not working, we will do something else for February and so forth. And so this is kind of going hand in hand. This is, documenting and archiving my days. And this is more like free flowing, seeing what happens. So I'm excited for this little combo. I'm super excited. All right. So that is kind of the main thing when it comes to journaling. Let's go into the other categories. And when I say creative journals, I'm talking about junk journaling and my sketch drawings, or my sketch and painting. Okay. All right. First off, let's go into my junk journaling. Now, junk journaling for me will happen when the mood strikes. This won't be a daily thing. It's when it happens. And I have 3 kind of mini junk journals that are happening, right? So first off, this is my tea. This is a Traveler's Company passport size. This is the Starbucks Reserve edition. And I love this one because this is where I'm going to be talking about drinks, my teas and my teas. I was gonna say boba drink. From time to time, I'll get like a boba drink because I'm obsessed with boba drinks and like refreshers, but my body right now does not accept it, and I get really, really inflamed when I drink it, and so I try to avoid it. So now I've just focused on my teas. But this will be my tea journal. I currently have a smaller version of it, but I want to kind of transfer it over to this. But this is what I'm going to be using to kind of document my teas, which is kind of hard because I don't do like the tea bags. I actually have the, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. They're not in tea bags. Okay, editing Mari, please write down what I'm trying to say because I cannot think because this pretty snow in my window is distracting me. Okay, but anyway, that's going to be my tea journal. And this was actually supposed to be my movie. It still is, but I don't know if I will continue because I have so much happening. But I don't know. We'll figure out what this is going to be. I just feel like I have so many movie TV things that's happening, but maybe I'll continue doing this for like my most favorite movies, print out the post or the movie poster, and then write in depth what it is. I think that's what I'll do for that one. And then in general, this is what I have for my junk journaling. And this is like things that I bought, the packaging, stationery that I got. I actually did finish out my stationery junk journal. I've completed a whole insert, which I think I archived it already. Let me check. Your girl has been busy with her journaling. Let me tell you, I'm so proud of myself. I finished a whole insert. And this is my junk journal of stationery stuff that I purchased throughout the years and all the beautiful packaging that it came in. And so it's all here. All the nice note cards, it's all here. And so I actually finished this up. And so I started a new one, and I have different categories. So that's the reason why you see there's 3 notebooks here. But this is my Christmas one that I have to finish up. And then this is just in general. And which is cool because I actually bought actually this isn't it. But anyways, I did buy the covers for the inserts from Serica Studio, which I'm super excited to use. But I did get that. But this is a cloth and paper traveler's notebook. I specifically bought this because of the thickness of my inserts. I felt like this would accommodate that better than a normal traveler's notebook. And so this one fits 3 or actually 4. I could fit 1 more thick, chunky inserts. And so that's the reason why I have it. And I love it because I can still see my inserts that I've been collecting. And so I have, like, this is my food junk journal that has like all my food packaging. This is like other things, just normal, whatever, that doesn't fit in the category. And then this is my Christmas one. And I think for 2026, I'm just going to continue in this insert for even stationery stuff will go in here. That way I could finish this up and then I'll start a new one when I need to. But even though I love Traveler's Notebook, I have yet to use a Traveler's Notebook in its original form. I've always seemed to hack it somehow. But I do enjoy doing junk journaling in the inserts because I love the size for junk journaling, the A5 Slim. It's not so big, it's not too small, but it's just enough size, enough space to junk journal. So it's my favorite. So it's going to be a goal of mine to, continue junk journaling so I could actually use all the inserts that I currently have because I have a lot. If you haven't seen that video, girl, is a lot. But yeah, so this is my junk journaling category. It's not a lot. It might look a lot, but it's really not. There is some method to this madness. All right, let's go into the next category. Actually, no, we're still in the same creative category. Getting ahead of myself. Okay. Next up. This one I haven't talked about much because I feel like this is a little bit personal for me. But I am a type of person who has a lot of hobbies. I am an Aries, and so I have like a million projects started, but none finished. That is just how we are. But I do have all the things that I need to do these projects, which is funny. So when the time comes, it's there. I don't have to worry about it. It's like, you know what? I feel like doing embroidery today. Guess what? I have all the embroidery supplies ready for me. I feel like bookbinding. Okay, I have all the bookbinding supplies. I want to start calligraphy. I have all of that too. So yeah. So I actually started a little notebook. It's called my hobby notebook. I've never talked about this, but I feel like this is something like I shouldn't be ashamed of because I am a person that has a lot of hobbies and I love doing things. So I needed something to contain all the notes when it comes to all these different hobbies that I'm learning because I have like pinned videos, I have, notes and stuff like that, like on my phone, but I really wanted something tangible like this where I could write down like I'm learning how to use clay to create things. And so there's a lot of things to learn, little different tips and tricks that I've learned from different creators that I want to make sure that I don't make the same mistake. Like, I'm so grateful for all those videos because I'm like, okay, don't do that, check, don't do that. And so I needed a little notebook. So what I have here is an Archer and Olive extra large pocket notebooks, which I absolutely love these. This isn't normally in their lineup. They come seasonally. I think this was in 2024, but it came in like a pack, a 2-pack, and I bought 2 different versions. This one, it says noted, which I absolutely love. And so this is what I chose, and it's lined. I usually don't like lined paper, but for writing down notes, I think this is necessary. Otherwise, it's just going to be crazy. So I am learning how to do clay, and so I just have I have like my index right here, and then my little randomness cover page. And then so here is what I have. Like, I'm learning how to make cold porcelain clay. And so I have all these notes that I've written down. And as I start filling this up with other hobbies, because I need to, because they're all living in my phone, it's all going to go in here. And at least I have this little nifty book, little reference book. And so I'm loving this thing. So this is what I have for my hobbies. I've talked about this recently, is my sketching and watercoloring journey. It's something that I've been wanting to improve as far as my skills. And so I created a little toolbox for myself that has all the utensils that I need. It has all my writing utensils, and I'm not going to go in depth about this because I'll probably do a different video just dedicated to this. And then just like my watercolor supplies that I have, it's all in here. But what I wanted to talk more about is the notebooks that I will be using. And what I will be using is this Moleskine. I want to say it's a pocket size, but I've already started drawing in it. So this is going to be my watercolor journal, or watercolor notebook journal. And then this is going to be my sketch journal for like just line drawings. I'm not going to put any, I can put color in it like markers, but not like watercolor. But it's in a A7 MD notebook. I love this size. It's really small, but I feel like it's perfect for me to just kind of practice and get that muscle memory going when it comes to drawing. So this is what I'm going to be using. I'm using a cut down traveler's notebook to the size of an A7. Like I had mentioned earlier, I haven't used a traveler's notebook for its original purpose. I've always seemed to hack it or cut it, but because I love it. But this is what I'm using for my drawing sketching journey. And also, I didn't mention, it's housed in the Superior Labor utility tool pouch, which I absolutely love. I almost sold this. I'm so glad I didn't. It's still in my collection. So, okay, we are almost, I guess, almost done. Like I said, it's a lot, but it's not a lot in my mind. Okay, let's go into the functionality category. And this is a category that kind of keeps my life running when it comes to-do list, grocery list, menu planning, YouTube stuff, Etsy stuff. Yeah, let's go into that. All right, first things first. Here is another traveler's notebook. Yes, like I had mentioned, I don't use it as its original purpose. This almost made it to where I use it as the original, traveler's notebook system. But this, this is my reference planner. I say planner because this is where everything lives in here. Like anything that I need a reference to, house stuff, school stuff, passwords and logins, all of that stuff. It goes into my traveler's notebook that I've turned into a rings planner. I have a whole new video about this whole thing that I just did. I'll link it above or in the description box, but I added rings to it. Now this, I love this thing. This actually just lives on my desk. This is my reference planner, like I mentioned, so all my kids know what's in here. And if anything happens to us, everything's in here. And then there's also a section here that I kind of blocked out right here. It's called In Case of Emergency. I kind of sandwiched it, and so my kids know in case of emergency, this is what they need to look for. And it has everything that they need to know, like where the safe is located, what's in there, wills, insurance, all of that stuff. So there you have it. And this lives on my desk right there. You can't see it, but it's right there. Okay, next thing that I have, this actually, it used to be, let me show you before. It used, yep, I archived it because I used it again. Another proud moment for myself. I get to archive my daily to-do booklet. This actually stays on my desk. This is a personal to-do list. It doesn't go with me in my purse. I actually, for that, it's a two-part for me. One that stays on my desk and then one that goes with me in my purse. I get to archive it. I've had this since 2022. I finally filled up the pages. And yeah, ta-da! And I absolutely love this notebook. I'm also excited that I can actually use a new notebook because this took a long time to fill. So this was my to-do list, my grocery list. It started out with it. Now it was like my to-do list because I have I had switched over to my two-part where I have a personal planner that goes with me everywhere I go. And so I was able to archive this. So what I have for this, for 2026, I'm just going to go like this because it's kind of, I have, okay, second time that has happened. Someone tried to call me and my camera turned off. Okay, so this right here is a pocket from cloth and paper. All I did was I just purchased this dashboard, this heavy dashboard, and then these velvet dashboards and tabs that are so cool. It has like little quotes on it. I don't know if you could see it. And then I just put these two 6-ring rings that I actually have because I am a stationery hoarder, collector. And so I love the size of this pocket, and I didn't want to add a like a cover because then it would defeat the size that I love. And so this is what I'm actually going to start using for my personal to-dos. It's just going to stay right here, and that I've already started writing in it, and I don't want to because it is personal. So yeah, so I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna. But yes, I have three tabs. One's for personal, one's for the Etsy and YouTube, and then the other one is just for my thoughts. You know, if I want to, just whatever. You know, so that's gonna stay on my desk. So it's replacing this. And what I love about switching over to a planner, it's not going to take me 5 years to finish because I can take out and put in paper when need. And if I'm tired of using this, I can stop using it because paper, it's a ring system. So I'm glad I made that change. All right, next up, I had mentioned I have my planner or that goes in my purse to go. This is my A7 MG notebook. I have it housed in this Louis Vuitton mini agenda. And recently I found the perfect pen to go with it. I know Louis Vuitton has their own pen, but I don't have it. But I found this on, it's made out of, I found it on Amazon. It's made out of titanium and it's like the perfect little pen. It has this little clicking mechanism that kind of goes up, down, and over. And yeah, I absolutely love it. And it fits perfectly where it doesn't add any kind of bulk. Look at that. It's so perfect. Anyways, if you guys want me to talk more about this little setup, let me know and I will create a whole new video for it. But I use my A7 notebook, and this is where I put our menu plan, or this is kind of like I like to put our menu plan on this book as well because when I'm out and about and buying groceries, if they don't have a certain item, I can say, okay, we can't make that because we don't, and I can kind of on the go switch it up a little bit. So that's just for me, make it easier, make my life a little bit easier. But this is what I use to put my to-do list, our grocery list, well, to-do list on the go. And just that's exactly what it is. Nothing more, nothing less. And I love this little notebook. It keeps me, and if I need to make notes about appointments, it's on here. And again, I have this little monthly calendar that I have to put appointments in, so I can actually transfer it over to our family calendar that's sitting on our refrigerator. That's where our main like appointment stuff happens, so everybody can see. Okay, as far as functioning, this helps me a lot. Okay, now if we go into the menu planning, like I had mentioned, there's 2 books that help me menu plan. I have, oh no, well, I just broke this. I'm gonna have to make a bigger knot, but I have this little chain thing which has like all food related charms, which I absolutely love. And some of these I actually still have in our Etsy shop. So check it out. It's probably still there. But this is what I have. Okay. Now, there are 2 things that help me with menu planning. This one's actually new in my system. This is a narrow Slimpad from Meeplus. This is what I'm going to use for my actual menu planning. I've already have it set up. This part is going to be what we're going to have, what we're going to menu plan. I have a different system on top of this that I'll share more in the new year. But I have a monthly section where I'll put my menu planning. And then I have this section right here for just notes about what we had for all the holidays, like for 2023, for Thanksgiving dinners. I have the 2023, 2024, 2025, just so I have kind of, even though I have that in my journal, it's nice to have it in this notebook as well. And then this section is just recipes that I like, that I favorited, or that I want to try. I haven't figured out if that's exactly how I'm going to do that with, but I have it set up for that. So we'll see. So this is going to be the first year that I've actually will be using this for that purpose. So we'll see how it goes. The next one that I have for like my recipes this is my tried notebook. I absolutely love this. One of the things that I've been working on is just me learning more about cooking and baking and trying all these different recipes that I find online. And so that's what I have here is I call it my tried recipe book. I'll have it linked up above as well. I have a whole video about this, but this is what I have. This is what I use the monthly section for each category of the recipe book. Like for January or 01, it's sweets. And in each box, I will put the page of where that recipe lives. Like for example, this is January sweets. The first box says page 1, and I have Rice Krispie chocolate chip cookies. And so when I go into page 1, because I have it numbered, there is that recipe that I tried. And it's just more of letting me know how it went, if it was good, if it was bad, and so forth. But this is just like a little log, and just to kind of put pen to paper. Sometimes I just enjoy like archiving and logging things in. And I think I enjoy mostly the process. Sometimes it can look like that's just too much. It's too extra. What are you doing? But for me, it's not just about like the product. It's the process, the joy of writing it down, the joy of picking out that recipe. You know, there's a system to it, and it's something that I absolutely love doing. And while I'm saying that, another thing that I want to mention is my archiving books. Now, this might be a little bit extra, but again, it's me enjoying that process of just doing. And I keep a whole notebook of all the washi tapes and stamps that I've had in my collection over the years. And I do this because a lot of these washi tapes I don't have anymore. it's gone, or I've sold some of these stamps and I don't have it in my collection, but I still have an imprint of it, and I still have a loop of that washi tape. And so this archiving process to me, it's all about the process and just having something nice to show of the past things that I've did or had. And so I've already finished volume 1. I started volume 2 actually this year, and I'm done with volume 2 when it comes to my washi, which means I've I've bought a lot of washi, but I've been using a lot of my stuff as well. And so I'll do another updated video with all of this. I still have a few pages for my stamps, but other than that, I will be on volume 3. And so I went ahead and purchased another A6 notebook to continue this little system that I have. Okay, sorry, that was kind of like a side note. I totally forgot about this. Okay, so now with the menu planning out of the way, let's go into, I would say, probably the last category that I would talk about. And that is for social media. And not a lot of people have to do this unless you're, have a business or are on YouTube. But having a notebook to write down your ideas and what you've done works well for me, keeping on task and making sure not a lot of my ideas go away because I forget a lot of these things. So what I have here are 2 notebooks. This right here is kind of like the planner version of for my social media for YouTube and Etsy. And so what it is just this ring planner that actually fits the Hobonichi Weeks pages. And what I did was I cut down a Hobonichi Weeks, and I just took the pages from the Hobonichi Weeks, and it fits perfectly in this ring planner. And so that is what I'm using because I have so much Hobonichi Weeks that that this is one way of me utilizing my old notebooks. And so that's what I did. And so I just use this to plan out the YouTube videos, my ideas, the Etsy shop stuff. All of that goes into here. And I'm not going to show you all of it because it has a lot of personal stuff in there. But this is what I use. This notebook is actually an A5 MD notebook, and I just put one of those Traveler Times, what do you call it, newspaper to be the cover of it. And this actually is a different kind. It has a grid here, and then it has this blank page for notes. I use this for my design when I'm creating designs for certain products, or if I have like a pattern that I want to use. This is what I use. And so I have these pages filled out. I'm not going to show you because then it's going to be spoiler, but this is what I use to document all of that and to have a notebook that has all of my designs in it. So it's right there. So this is kind of my little social media Etsy team. And as I'm looking around, it looks like, oh, all right, let's go into one special mention, okay? And then we're done. And it's this right here. This is an A5 and Liebe cover. Now, when I first purchased this, I was kind of upset because I thought it was magnetic like my A6, and I was going to return it, but I decided, because of just not wanting to lose any more money that I'm already losing, to go ahead and just keep it. And it actually houses my Big Feelings journal. This is the journal that you guys will never see because it has really big feelings in there, and so this stays private. But I just wanted to mention that this actually fits an MD, one day, one page, as well as the A6. It'll fit an MD, one day, one page notebook. So if you have like a chunky notebook, this will fit it. And so I just want to do a special mention that I do have this still sitting on my shelf. But you know what? I've done a couple of entries, but I've ripped it out and thrown it away. But when when I was doing that, it hurt me because this is such beautiful paper for me to just rip out and throw away. You guys understand, right? And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch out my big feelings notebook and choose a different notebook. Maybe one of my Coach notebooks that I have here. I'm probably going to maybe use this because I don't really like lined paper anyways. And so this comes with this. So I think I'm going to use this because I don't mind tearing this out and throwing it away. I think that's what I'm going to do. So this is a new recent acquire that I got. I found it. It's this beautiful cherry notebook, A5 notebook. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to probably take or either use this and then use this for something totally different. But man, it really hurt my feelings when I tore out those pages. I didn't want to keep it because, you know, I had some really like negative thoughts and I don't want that sitting on my shelf. And so it just hurt my feelings. I was like, I'm not doing that again. And so this will probably become something else. I'm not exactly too sure. So it'll sit on my bookshelf until I figure out what that is. And in the meantime, we've decided that this will be, but I don't know, because this makes me happy. I can't imagine putting negative thoughts in here. So I might have to change out the cover for this. So we'll see. We might have to put like a very boring, clear paper. I don't know. But this is too nice for me to be putting negative emotions in there. Okay. All right. Guys, that is it. That is my 2026 Techo Kaigi, my 2026 ecosystem. I am so excited for 2026, more so when I was excited for 2025, because I feel like I'm a year older, a year wiser, and I've learned a little bit more about myself. And I don't know, it feels good. So I hope you guys enjoyed learning about these notebooks that I'm going to be using for 2026. And also, it might change. I don't think it's going to change because I absolutely love it. But hey, we are journalers and it happens sometimes. And I'm just excited that, you know, we've learned a few things about ourselves and we are moving into 2026 with high hopes and lots of goals for ourselves. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. You guys have a wonderful new year and I will see you guys in the new year. Okay, bye.